Hey there folks, Middle Management Gamer here, doing a playthrough of my boss battle, Path of Exile 2. This is the Act 2 boss, Jamanra the Abomination. This was the first boss that gave me a hard time, so I figured I would do a playthrough video of it. This character is my Frostbow Mercenary, so basically I'm doing a lot of frost attacks, which if you look at his life bar up in the corner, you will see there is a little red star thing that indicates that he's weak versus frost. So helpful to know. You can freeze him. Awesome. So the guy has basically 7 different attacks. 3 of them revolve around those little pylons he sends out. One set is an explosion one. Normally he sends that one far away. Then he's got this one that kind of spins around in a circular pattern on the floor. Periodically, he will call the winds to attack you. If he does this, then you will have to hide behind your compatriot who is on screen with you. That's the little chica there. And while this is happening, hordes will come at you. This is a good opportunity to refill your flask, as you can kill these guys to get extra flask charges. So cool. His other 2 primary attacks revolve around lightning spears he'll throw at you. But if you stay up close to him, he won't throw these spears quite as often. Instead, he'll just do a lightning attack, which doesn't do quite as much damage. This is the 3rd variety of those lightning pylons I spoke of earlier. These move very fast and chase you and will do tons of damage. So just roll and stay away from them. If you manage to freeze them again, the pylons will stop, and that'll give you a bit of a reprieve. When you get his life bar down about 33%, the Countess in the background will yell at him, and then he'll be like, "Oh, dude, we gotta do something different." That should be approaching now.
We're running out of time. End this.
So this begins the 2nd phase of the battle. So if you've been holding on to your flash charges, well, that was kind of silly because they reset now. So feel free to heal as often as you can during that first battle. You'll get fresh ones here. If you made it this far, this is actually the easier part of the battle. He's going to periodically attack you with 2 different weapons. He's got a sword, which he'll swing around him, or one where he'll do a downward charge. If he does the downward charge one, just roll to the left. If he does the swing around one, roll towards him. Otherwise, he's just going to pull out these tornadoes, and they're going to go around the screen, so just kind of avoid them. He moves a little bit faster, so if you have a way of pinning him, or you can freeze him or put up walls, that'll keep him away from you. He no longer does the spear throw anymore, so basically you're just avoiding his charge. Every so often he'll summon these little, well, they're like converted versions of the pylons from earlier. They just stand still and shoot lightning. And he'll say something about blocking out the sun, and he'll throw a whole bunch of tiny little shards of electricity at you. Let's see if he does that here somewhere soon. You can see I freeze him periodically, and then I do a whole bunch of damage to him with my other attack. He hit me there. That was pretty good damage. We will blot out the sun. And that's when he starts shooting. All those kind of spears will come down. Oop, there they are. And then he's got moving like spark bots that are really annoying. So you really just need to be light on your feet at this point. He's going to start summoning these giant portals on the sides of the screen, and they will basically be shooting a whole bunch of energy shards. So if you haven't figured it out, you really need to have a high level of lightning resistance going into this battle. It'll greatly help you out. He is strong versus fire, and he's strong versus lightning. So if you're using those attacks, you might need to respec the character. Again, Frost is really good at him. If you have ability to make him take more damage from Frost, I mean, that's good. If you're using primarily a flame or lightning build, you might need to use something to make him weak versus that so that you can get through his defenses. Alright, so got him down to about 25% health. He should start summoning them giant portals now. Should pop up either on the top or the side of the screen. There's one. Woo! And then he'll summon a second one, and it'll make a crossfire. So you gotta avoid them stupid tornadoes, the crossfire, the lightning charges. At this point, if you have a way to kind of deal damage and stay away from him, that way you can stay mobile. Luckily, I'm using the mercenary, so I can stay away from him and do damage and still kind of be light on my feet. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'll actually show you how I have my character outfitted. So if you're playing a merc, you can basically, try to follow suit if you want, or maybe it'll give you some ideas on how to better spec your character if you're playing something else. Like I said, by no means am I an expert at this game. I played the first Path of Exile pretty hardcore and enjoyed it. When this one came out, I was like, I'm definitely getting in on that. So, a lot of differences between the two. So, it's definitely a higher learning curve. If you're a huge Diablo fan, you'll probably enjoy this game, but don't expect it to be easy. It's kind of like Diablo with a ramped up difficulty level. So imagine just starting Diablo on Nightmare. Basically, that's what this is. Oop, there we go. There he goes. Alright, so at this point, I am going to include the build that I'm using for my character. Alrighty, so here's an overview of Tomias, my Frostbow Mercenary. These are the basic stats. Most of my points are in Dexterity and Strength, and a little bit in Intelligence, not really much necessary. Most of my passive skill tree is me headed towards that jewel slot down there, and I put some points into projectile speed, attack speed, and attack damage. Projectile damage, really, and a little bit of armor and evasion. Not much going on here. Ricochet gives me some bounce and some chain, so good stuff there. Again, not much thought in my passive tree right now. I can always respec later. I'm a Gemling Mercenary, which allows me to use Dexterity for all of my skill gems. It allows me to get some of the high intelligent gems without putting points into Intelligence. And Strength and Success. Primarily, I'm using Poison as my regular shot, which I don't use much. I'm using these fragmentation rounds to blow up anybody who's frozen by the Frostbolt or the Glacial Bolts. Those are my primary attacks. Of course, I have Armor Break and high-speed projectiles if I come against armored things. And Grenades, which I don't use very often. And then I have this, which I'm about to get rid of. This is my totem and my skeleton. They help protect me. Item-wise, got a couple of uniques. This thing sets people on fire. I added some stuff to give me lightning resistance to fight that leader. And my belt's unique, which makes my health potions and mana potions work better. Like I said, nothing super duper on there. The crossbow does give me an extra bolt loaded, which is nice. So if you have any thoughts, feel free to add. That's my character build. Again, I'm still a noob, so we're getting there. I hope you enjoy the game and the video. We'll see you next time. Thanks, folks.